Alright, man, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video, and today we finna be getting into the same story of OTF Dede. Now, also, from what I've listened to, he's supposedly co-conspirator number 2, the person who basically set up the murder, and also goes by the name Dede as a rapper. So let's go ahead and get into today's video, man. Let's check it out.
On the voice, that mean Dede, he the threat.
Dede a threat, ain't got no pace, so wherever he catch you, that's where he gon' shoot it.
How? You just call Dede a rapper, he'll kill him.
In a shocking turn of events, the biggest drill rap—
What? I'm not gonna cap, bro. If I ever got a homie who rapping and you put my name in a song like that, my beef is no longer with the ops, it's with you. You just call me a killer in a song that's probably gonna go platinum. You think the feds, the local police ain't gonna look into me? You crazy.
in the world, Lil Durk, was recently arrested by the feds and charged with murder for hire. At least 5 of his associates were also arrested in connection with the murder. One of them in particular has a story so crazy that it'll leave your jaw dropped. In today's video, we'll be telling the story of OTF Dede. OTF Dede, also known as D-Ski, real name DeAndre Wilson, is a gang member from Chicago, Illinois. He was a member of a hood called Tay-Town. Tay-Town was cool with Lamron, 600, O-Block, and THF 46. Tay-Town beefs with Shields, STL, EBT, MOB, Jarl City, and 051 Young Money. Lil Durk and Dede are cousins. He's been around Durk since day one, way before the money and fame. When Dede started rapping, Durk signed him to his OTF label, but he was always a gangster that just did rap on the side. Dede had a notorious reputation in the streets. Durk would frequently shout him out in songs and refer to him as the nickname The Threat. He was allegedly one of Tay-Town's top shooters. With a reputation like that, it's no surprise that Dede would find himself linked to multiple murders.
That's insane. Travis.
As I mentioned earlier, one of Tay-Town's biggest enemies is a gang called Shields.
I heard of them though.
On November 3rd, 2012, a member of Shields named Travis Henry was sitting in a car with a friend on the 5600 block of South Shields Avenue when a blue van pulled up beside them. A gunman hopped out of the van and opened fire, shooting into Travis's vehicle repeatedly. The shooter then hopped back into the van and fled the scene. Travis's friend was able to flee unscathed, but sadly, Travis was shot multiple times and pronounced dead on the scene at just 19 years old. Dede would get arrested and officially charged with this murder about 2 years later, on November 5th, 2014. 3 different witnesses identified him to police as the shooter. He was hit with 1 count of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder. Witness testimony can often be shaky, and in a place like Chicago, witnesses often recant statements for their own safety. Prosecutors didn't have strong evidence in his case, so after 5 years, Dede was granted a $90,000 bond in 2019, so his associates bonded him out. Following his release from jail and while on bond for murder, Dede's ops would capture him and do something truly sickening to him.
Oh, that's who this is, bro. I think he said he got set up by a girl and, you know what I'm saying, they made him, you know what I'm saying, while she was bleeding. That's crazy. This is him.
The next part of the story is truly disgusting. As Dede was enjoying life out of jail, he would get set up. He was lured somewhere by his ops and they held him up at gunpoint. Dede's ops then proceeded to rob him and cut off his dreads. In truly demonic fashion, realizing that they had him at their mercy, they would make him do a disgusting act on camera. While holding guns in his face, Dede's ops forced him to eat out a woman on her period while she was bleeding profusely. To make things worse, they recorded everything and posted the video online for the whole world to see.
OTF Dede, look out.
Blood on his hands. They both got blood on their hands.
Got a bitch tricking.
Somehow, no arrests were ever made for this incident. There's rumors online that multiple people involved in this situation were killed afterward. However, I've not found any concrete evidence of this anywhere. Regardless, something like this would change someone forever. A few years later, good fortune would come for Dede as his murder charges were officially dropped. He would soon be linked to another murder that brought down one of the biggest rappers in the world.
Oh, okay. I thought you was finna say he had another.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say shot at a Savannah rapper, killing a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath. Shots fired, a fight taken to the streets, and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight. It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening. LAPD says witnesses heard multiple gunshots, then watched a couple cars zoom off. 3 people in one car shot at this black Cadillac Escalade. It's unclear if those inside shot back.
As I'm sure most of you know, famous Chicago rapper and close friend of Lil Durk, King Von, was shot and killed in November of 2020 during a violent confrontation with Georgia rapper Quando Rondo and his associates. Losing King Von was devastating for his associates, so they were eager to avenge him. This would lead to them coming after Quando Rondo. According to the federal indictment, Lil Durk and his associates learned on August 18, 2022 that Quando Rondo was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. After learning this, Dede allegedly recruited 2 other Chicago gang members and had one of them buy plane tickets from Chicago to San Diego using an OTF credit card. They then drove to Los Angeles and met up with other Chicago gang members to carry out their mission to kill Quando Rondo. On August 19, 2022, they were able to find him and track him down to a gas station. Once he was parked at the station, they ambushed him. 3 of them hopped out and fired dozens of shots into Quando's car. Somehow, Quando didn't get hit by a single shot, but his cousin, named Lil Pab, who was standing outside of the car, was shot and killed, officially passing away at just 24 years old. Even though they didn't get Quando, Lil Durk and his affiliates would celebrate and self-snitch on themselves in songs. They would seemingly get away with it for a while, but after 2 years, it would turn out that all of them, especially Dede, left a huge trail of evidence leading the feds right to their doorsteps. This murder would officially lead to the end of OTF and Lil Durk.
Lil Durk get locked up and get life. Look, this is my prediction, right? Lil Durk, you gotta cut it off at OTF Dede. They have too much evidence on Dede and everybody below them. They know that they did it, but they can't really prove that you did it from what I can tell, right? Obviously, I'm not a defense lawyer. We don't have all the facts. We don't have all the evidence. We don't have the discovery packet, right? But we kind of got a sense. They're trying to make it basically say like Durk put out the call, put the bounty out, and Dede took it in his hands and did the rest. Cut it off at Dede, because Dede should have had a little bit of money put up. Cut it off at Dede, and you walk free. It's the only way.
And rapper Lil Durk has been arrested and charged with a murder-for-hire plot. The Chicago native, whose real name is Durk'S, was arrested in Florida by the U.S. Marshals Service. The 32-year-old's arrest comes as 5 other people in Chicago were arrested in connection with the investigation. According to the complaint, Banks and his co-conspirators allegedly worked together to, quote, track, stalk, and attempt to murder a target at a Los Angeles gas station, firing at least 18 rounds into the person's vehicle, striking and killing a passenger in the car. Banks made his first court appearance this afternoon in Miami. Banks' lawyer asked for privacy after leaving court, telling ABC, quote, "We will not be commenting at this time."
On October 2024, federal prosecutors announced the arrest of 5 OTF members, including Dede, for the murder of Lil Pab. Later that same night, Lil Durk was arrested and charged with murder for hire. The federal indictment alleged that Dede paid the killers of Lil Pab on behalf of Lil Durk. Dede is officially charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, solicitation of murder, accessory to murder, and money laundering. Both him, Lil Durk, and their other affiliates that were charged are facing life in prison. Wow, I never thought that Lil Durk would ever get caught. It's crazy that they use OTF credit cards to purchase all of the things used in the murder.
Yeah, that shit's goofy as hell. That's some crash out behavior. And I can't stand behind it, man. Like I said, bro, the only thing that I think can get Lil Durk out, bro, Dede has to say, look, I did it. It wasn't on none of Lil Durk. I did it. I hired everybody. Dede gonna have to snitch on basically everybody around him. He gonna have to snitch on everybody on his case, or they're gonna have to come to an agreement and be like, man, look, we gonna plead guilty as long as y'all let him go. Which that's gonna be hard because they want him. He the headline, he the name. You just seen Young Thug got off. So with that being said, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Get in that comment section. Tell me how y'all feel about this video. And with that being said, man, it's your boy Key checking in, checking out. We gone.